All big things come from small beginnings. The seed of every habit is a single tiny decision. But as that decision is repeated, a habit sprouts and grows stronger. Roots entrench themselves and branches grow. The task of breaking a bad habit is like uprooting a powerful oak within us. And the task of building a good habit is like cultivating a delicate flower one day at a time. James Clear. Story Shots is proud to bring you this free audiobook summary. Do you want to get access to more free audiobook summaries like this? Subscribe and click the bell button now to get notified each time we upload a new summary. You can also download our free app and enjoy thousands of other summaries of best-selling nonfiction books that are available in text, audio, and animated formats. Story Shots has been featured by Apple, Google, and The Guardian as one of the world's best reading and learning apps. Go to getstoryshots.com and download the app today. Happy learning. Story Shots Summary of Atomic Habits, an easy and proven way to build good habits and break bad ones, by James Clear. About James Clear. James Clear has been researching habits and decision-making for many years. He made his name as the author of one of the fastest-growing email newsletters in history. This newsletter grew from 0 to 100,000 subscribers in just 2 years. Today, his newsletter has over 1 million subscribers, and the articles on his website receive 10 million hits each year. His work frequently appears in publications including the New York Times, Forbes, and Business Insider. His first book, Atomic Habits, has sold millions of copies and has been translated into more than 50 languages. He's a speaker about habits and continuous improvement at major companies such as Cisco, Honda, Intel, and LinkedIn. He's a former athlete and a contributor to Against Malaria Foundation. Introduction. In Atomic Habits, James Clear argues that big goals shouldn't be your main focus in life. Instead, you should be utilizing frequent, repetitive actions and systems to help develop habits that stick. The significant changes you want to make in your life depend more on creating small habits than sizable shifts. For example, suppose you want to get in shape. In that case, your best bet is eating slightly better, exercising regularly, and getting enough sleep. Instead of wasting your time setting unachievable goals with drastic changes, all you have to do is make one minor change daily. This theme runs throughout Atomic Habits. The quality of your life depends on the quality of your habits. Some habits are small, like an atom. As these atomic habits accumulate, they can make a significant impact in your life. The fundamentals. Why tiny changes make a big difference. What are habits? All big things come from small beginnings. The seed of every habit is a single tiny decision. But as that decision is repeated, a habit sprouts and grows stronger. Roots entrench themselves and branches grow. The task of breaking a bad habit is like uprooting a powerful oak within us. And the task of building a good habit is like cultivating a delicate flower one day at a time. James Clear. Habits are small, everyday behaviors that we perform automatically, with little or no thought. Habits are also powerful. We are what we do every day. In this way, habits form our identity. So when repeated daily, even the smallest actions have a considerable effect. That said, positive change requires patience. But you can be confident that good habits keep you on the right trajectory, even if you don't see results right away. Making significant changes in your life through habits doesn't require significant upheaval. Tiny changes to your behavior are often enough to lead to the desired results. Why is it hard to build good habits? Conditioning. Habits are built through conditioning. In effect, we tend to repeat satisfying behaviors until they become automatic. For example, when you were a baby, you would have sucked your thumb to calm yourself. This calming feeling was the satisfying consequence that encouraged you to repeat the behavior. This is why bad habits can be so hard to break and replace with good habits. Fortunately, you can also use conditioning to help build good habits. As adults, we can engage with habits like going on a morning run because we get an endorphin buzz and feel more productive. Minor improvements. We fail to create good habits because humans tend to convince themselves that massive success requires massive action. It is easy to underestimate the value of making minor improvements, like going on a morning run each day, but the benefits will accumulate since the habit is repeated daily. Clear shows us why incremental changes can have a big impact. He explains that 1% of personal improvement each day means you'll be 37 times better by the same time next year. Here's the math. 1.01 to the power of 365 days is 37.78. In other words, 37 times better. That's how small everyday improvements become atomic habits that help you reach your goals. The downside is that bad habits can function this way too. Clear shows how getting 1% worse each day results in terrible outcomes over the course of a year, as 0.99 to the power of 365 is 0.03, near zero. Compound interest. Atomic habits are the compound interest of self-improvement. Just like money multiplies to produce compound interest, the effect of your habits multiplies as you repeat them. But this also means that habits may appear to make little or even no difference on any given day. Still, the impact they deliver over months or years can be enormous. Our goal is to develop compound interest in healthy habits, but bad habits compound too. As mentioned earlier, putting off a project until tomorrow may seem to make no difference at the time. But if you repeat this 1% error day after day, these tiny errors can compound into toxic results. Success is the product of daily habits, not once-in-a-lifetime transformations. You will not identify immediate positive outcomes from daily habits, as outcomes will always lag behind habits. In fact, habits often appear to make no difference until you cross a threshold and unlock a new performance level. This threshold is the plateau of latent potential. Because habits do not provide us with the immediate gratification that humans crave, we often give up. This moment marks our plateau of latent potential. The plateau of latent potential shows us why it can be hard to build habits. You simply must persist long enough to break through this plateau. Habit gratification will take time, so you must learn to be patient and have faith. Forget about goals, concentrate on systems. You should be far more concerned with your current trajectory than with your current results. James Clear. Goals are the results you want to achieve. Systems are the processes that lead to those outcomes. Your focus should be on the systems. If you adopt this mindset, the goal will take care of itself. Clear provides a few reasons why systems manage goals. 1. Winners and losers have the same goals. For example, every Olympian wants to win a gold medal, and every entrepreneur wants to be successful. Merely creating this goal does not guarantee success. Otherwise, we would have millions of gold medalists and every entrepreneur would achieve their dream. So it's the winner's system that helps them achieve success and get results. 2. Achieving a goal is only a momentary change. So goals can actually restrict your happiness. We assume that reaching goals will bring immediate happiness, but this approach to life sets us up to fail. For example, we may still feel unfulfilled even after achieving our goal, and if we fail, we feel cheated out of a chance at happiness. 3. Goals do not create long-term progress, but systems do. If you have trouble changing your habits, the problem isn't you. The problem is your system. So aim to focus on the overall system rather than your individual goals. A core theme of Atomic Habits is that you do not rise to the level of your goals. Instead, you fall back on the level of your system. It's all about the system, not goals. When nothing seems to help, I go and look at a stonecutter hammering away at his rock, perhaps 100 times without as much as a crack showing in it. Yet at the 101st blow, it will split in two. And I know it was not the last blow that did it, but all that had gone before. James Clear. Habit loops. Habits are self-reinforcing. This means that doing the habit and receiving the reward strengthens your desire to do it again. You can use this to your advantage when you want to change your behavior. There is a clear step-by-step process that actions travel through to become a habit. 1. The cue triggers your brain to initiate a behavior because it predicts a reward. 2. After receiving this initial reward, you will start to develop cravings. You are not craving the habit itself, but the internal change it delivered. 3. Based on these cravings, this behavior becomes part of your identity and becomes a habit you perform in your life. 4. Finally, this habitual behavior starts to deliver long-term rewards. James Clear provides the example of morning coffee in the formation of a habit loop.